guys fought over me. Like a full freaking fist fight. I'm sorry, I'm so happy. This has never happened before. I don't know, I just feel like I'm pretty enough to attract, but not pretty enough to keep. But like, okay, let me just tell it. Basically, so this was like a while ago, like 6 months ago. I was talking to this guy, but it was literally for 2 days. I'm not even kidding. And I'll give y'all a more in-depth story on that if y'all want. And so I was talking to him, and then I found out he like was talking to a girl at the same time. But like we were never technically talking. It's just I made it so obvious that I liked him, and he never told me that he was like talking to this other girl, right? And so obviously I was kind of mad, but like I couldn't do anything because we weren't technically talking. But still, I was just like, you could have told me. And so I unadded him after like 2 days, right? And then I think he doesn't like me because like why would he? He chose another girl over me, right? And so then a couple months later he adds me on Snap again, or like he tries again, because I don't think I blocked him. I just unadded him, and he like writes a whole apology. But I'm sorry, like after someone does something like that, I can't like them back. Like I don't know, that just makes me lose my trust, and it also makes me insecure that they'll like not fully like me, because like he probably only came to me after that girl cut it off or something, you know? Also, he would like call me hot and stuff, or like call me pretty. See, I'm pretty enough to attract, but not to keep. Anywho, and so he would like call me pretty while he was talking to that girl. Anywho, so he asked me back, right, writes that apology, and I was like, I'm sorry, like I can't like you again. And so I think that's the end of it. But he'll like still try to snap me and stuff. And then my little brother is like not in his grade, but he was like, he's kind of younger than him, but they're still friends. This guy's from church, by the way. And so like one Sunday after church, my brother was like, oh yeah, like this guy Rafe, I guess, I don't know. So this guy Rafe still like likes you a lot. And I was like, no way he still likes me. Like he probably just still thinks I'm pretty and doesn't have anyone else, right? And so then my brother keeps saying it like a couple weeks in a row, like, bro, he likes you, like he actually genuinely likes you. And so I was like that's kind of funny. And then he also said that he was like, this other guy also thinks you're hot though, but like he can't say anything in front of Rafe because like Rafe will get pissed. And I was like, what? Pissed? And so what was I gonna say? So yeah, now I know that like both these guys think I'm hot, right? But then this Sunday, so that was yesterday, he literally, my brother tells me, so basically we were sitting all the way up in church, and then my brother looks back, he was like, oh, can I go sit next to Rafe, because like I haven't seen him forever? And I was like, okay, I'll just come too. And so then like we're sitting next to Rafe, and this whole time we're literally talking about him. It was so funny because he was just sitting right there. And like also I do listen to the sermons, but it was like about a bunch of trans like people and like gay people and stuff, and like I don't struggle with that or whatever, so, or I guess that doesn't pertain to me, I don't know. So yeah, we start talking about how like Rafe and his friend Jack, I guess, I don't know. So Rafe and Jack like both think I'm hot, right? And then my brother just throws out there like in the middle of nowhere, oh yeah, he punched him over you. Why did you not tell me? Like why did no one tell me this before? Like I need to know this. Like that is insane. That's never happened to me. I was like, what? And so basically apparently they were at like this church camp that I didn't go to because I was at a basketball camp. So they were at this church camp, and then my brother walks in, and they like were kind of like fighting a little bit like with their words, and my brother's like, what are y'all talking about? And they were like, oh, your sister. And then he was like, oh. And then okay, so they were just talking about me, and then Ryan like said Jack said I was hot, and then Rafe like punched him and attacked him apparently because he got mad because like Ryan knew that Jake liked me. Jake, what the heck? Ryan knew. No, what? Okay, Jack knew that Rafe liked me. By the way, Ryan is not his actual name. I don't know where that's coming from. It's because I was like, I don't know. So apparently they just started like wrestling and fighting over me. And like also to preface, they do like kind of play fight every day. But my brother said like this was like real. Like they were actually kind of going at it. But like they're fine now. It wasn't like it like ruined their friendship. But it was kind of like a normal play fight that they do, but like more genuine apparently. I don't know. That just like kind of makes me happy that someone can actually keep liking me. Like I don't know. Because I feel like the guys that actually want just lose feelings like right after, I don't know. Anywho, that was my story time for y'all.
Story time, how I was kidnapped at 9 years old. I did already put that on my face. That's why it's looking like this. Anywho, I was 9 years old, and my parents were split up because my dad was a... do you know what I'm saying here? And just a user. However, the United States justice system is actually shit, so he did have weekend custody while he was in a halfway house. Do you know what a halfway house is? If not, look it the fuck up. Look it up. I honestly can't tell you how this is legal, but basically me and my brother were at a halfway house with my dad, and it was his weekend, and it was an unsupervised halfway house, so everyone in there was cracked the fuck out. Cool, right? I was just a little kid. I didn't know what drugs were, so it was fine. Anyways, my dad needs a lighter, so he asks me a little ass fucking 9-year-old girl, hey girl, go get me a lighter from the car. So I was obedient. I was like, yes, dad. I wanted my dad to love me. So I was like, yes, I'll go get you a lighter. I went outside to his minivan, stolen minivan, to get a lighter. I am looking, and for the life of me, I cannot find this lighter, but of course I'm gonna try because I don't want to make my dad mad. So I'm looking, and I see a man approach the van. So I hide, naturally, and I just play with my toys for a little bit. The man quite literally does not say anything at all, nothing, and just grabs me and brings me to a red pickup truck, sits me in the passenger, and just starts the car. And I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? And he's not saying shit. Naturally, my reaction is to scream, kick, like, hey, what are you doing? I don't know you. And this man is literally incoherent, not saying shit, just driving. Pulls off, driving. I'm like, oh, we're going for a joyride. Take me to Toys R Us. He proceeds to drive around for like 15 minutes, and he pulls over at a gas station and goes inside. I'm sitting in the car. He locks the door. There's like child lock on. I cannot get out of the car. I'm not freaking out as much as I should because I was a 9-year-old and I didn't really know what was happening. So I just kind of like sat there like, hey, what the fuck is going on? I'm assuming he was in the gas station for, because he comes out with a bag and just starts driving. And I'm like screaming. I'm like, what the? I didn't try to escape. I was 9 years old. He literally drives the same exact like route that he came from the halfway house, and he goes right back to the halfway house. Oh, okay. Meanwhile, obviously this dude is like cracked out, like obviously. He gets out of the car and he comes right to my door and literally opens my door and walks right into the halfway house and doesn't say shit. So I follow and I go right back into the halfway house to my dad, and I'm like, hey, this is happening, like what's going on? My dad says something to him like, hey, what's this? He thought I was his fucking daughter, but he was cracked out, so like that's why he like didn't realize I'm like, you kidnapped me, bro. Like, my dad never called the cops, nothing went about it. I went back to my mom's after the weekend was over and I testified in front of a judge, and my dad lost custody, and I saw him like 4 more times in my life, and that was it. It was like a harmless kidnapping, I guess. Anyways, that's how I was kidnapped at 9 years old. Nothing really happened, nothing bad happened to me, but it was still like kind of low-key traumatic. Thanks for watching!
I was 14 when I got a nose job, and it forever changed my life. So let me backtrack a bit for you guys. I would say in middle school is where I developed very bad insecurity for my nose. Since I am Italian, I used to have a bump, and it was visible. And you don't understand how many kids would make fun of me on the daily for my nose, and I would just be hearing little comments on the side, comments from people, comments online too as well. And getting bullied for something that is so visible and on your face, I don't wish that on anyone, to be honest. So I don't really think I took it lightly. One day, right before 9th grade, I was like, you know what? I want to change this. I don't want this for the rest of my life. I started looking online for rhinoplasty surgeons, and I told my dad and my mom about it, and they were like, no worries, like, if you want that, let's get it for you. And that was a really good thing, because I'm sure some parents would be like, no, but I think every parent, if it makes your kid more confident, I think they should definitely go along with it. So I showed my dad a surgeon that I had in mind, and he was like, yeah, let's go for a consultation. So we went, we drove all the way there, and he's a pretty famous surgeon, not gonna lie. We loved it. The surgeon showed us my before and what it was going to look like, and I was like, perfect. I don't want it to look too fake. I don't want a button nose because I'm Italian. It just would not work, and people are gonna know it's fake. I don't care if they do anyways, actually. So day comes of the surgery. I chose to get a closed rhinoplasty, the easiest process in my life. Like, I was honestly nonchalant about it, and then after I was posting it so much because I was just excited. I really wouldn't want to change my face that much, and it wasn't really changing it, it was just getting rid of something, which was the bone structure. I should do a video, like a before and after. Let me know if you guys want to see the before and after. Bye.
It's so crazy how slurs are just normalized in my school now. Not only slurs, just pure racism. The other day, I was walking to my first period, and here goes the Wonder Bread brothers, the cotton ball colonizers, talking about some N-word this and N-word that. I turn around. Not a lick of color in sight. A couple months ago, I'm sitting in class and someone's like, what would you do if I call you the N-word? They said it in like a joking manner, but the thing is, they were not black. So where was the joke? And then I say, there's only one way to find out. I swear I'm not making this up, and I can't say which class I was in because the people who go to my school are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't stop there. There's this one girl in one of my classes, right? She just talks at the top of her lungs. Trump this, Trump that. The week we came back to school after election day, she came with full-blown Donald Trump. I was like, whoa, where am I? But wait, There's more. Every time she fails a test, it's, oh, they didn't teach us this. I never learned this. Oh, it's the school system. The school system's messed up. And who just got rid of the Department of Education? Miss Maga. And it's not like she's saying this in private. She says it out loud. The teachers hear it, anybody within a 50-mile radius. And for some reason, everybody at my school is obsessed with saying the N-word. Like, they won't say it, but they'll creep around it. Like, you know how in certain languages, some words sound like the N-word? They'll, like, say those words or just saying, like, oh, well, I'm not actually saying it. It's actually you in Korean. Or they'll say things like, you know, I'm, like, 5% black, so I can totally say the N-word if I wanted to. So do it. Say it. I feel like after COVID, everyone came back to school super respectful, but as time went on, people started just getting, like, too loose. Like, why as a white person are you using the term YN? Like, and, like, when I try to, like, mention it or bring it up, it's like, oh, you know, that's just how they are, like, and that's okay? Anyway, let me know if it's just my school or is it happening to your school too, because this is just weird. I got all worked up, so I'm gonna go to the mall now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. This is from my blush, not too much.
In kindergarten, I had a crush on this boy in another class than me. I would see him in the halls or, like, mainly at recess. I don't know why little me liked him so much, but she did. And little Sarah had to come up with a plan for him to fall in love with her. So I came up with this master plan. My plan was whenever I see him at recess, I'm gonna fall in front of him, he's gonna help me up, hold my hand, and he's gonna fall in love with me. Did my plan work? No. This is what happens. I go into recess and I see him. So I do my plan and I start to run towards him and I pretend to fall right in front of him. Like, full on fall. He looks at me and he runs away. As he runs away, the mulch from, like, the playground gets, like, thrown into my face and on me. Let's just say lessons were learned that day. Oh, and that boy ended up failing first grade, so for the rest of elementary school, he was a grade below me. Now we never chase for a man.
What is this? I have to be quiet though, because everybody's leaving. It's like 4:40 and I have to leave for school at 7:20. I'm gonna go take a shower and get on my uniform and I'll be back. So today I'm gonna be telling y'all, like, some stories about my school, like how weird it is. It's a private school. I need to cover this because it, like, says my school name on it. So first thing is that we are not allowed to wear really any form of jewelry. Earrings, it has to be stud and it can only be one. And necklaces, it can only be a cross or a religious necklace. All the girls wear, like, random stuff anyway, like nobody cares. Another thing is that our shoes have to be black. They have to be all black or they have to be all white, otherwise you get a detention. We have this thing called iReady on the computer and you have to have 75 now, it used to be 60, 75 minutes on reading and math, like activities by the end of the week, otherwise you get a detention in the next week. A funny thing is that if you look up our school on, like, Google and you look at the reviews, they be saying, oh, they whip us, don't go to the school, the food is, like, expired. It's true though, the expired part. So I used to go to this after school program that they started at my school. And me and my friend, we were just chilling. It was snack time and we were eating in the cafeteria with all the other grades. And this little girl was just sitting at the table, like, with all her other friends. I think she's in, like, kindergarten. And she has in this really glittery, like, bow, kind of like, oh. And my principal, she comes in, she's like 100 years old, bro. She comes in to, like, inspect everything, make sure it's going good, seeing if she can get anybody in trouble today. And she spots the little girl and I'm already like, oh no, she done for. So she goes up to the little girl and she's like, you can't have that in. She's like, take it out. So the little girl takes out her bow and my principal grabs it from her and throws it in the garbage. As y'all know, today is the eclipse. My school emailed everybody and said that you don't have to come, but if you're not gonna come, you have to write a paper on the eclipse. I don't know who they think I am because I'm not doing that. So my class for the 8th grade, you have this thing where on the outside of the classroom, we have this kind of, like, wall and it has all of our photos on it. So some random day came along and they were going to take our photos, but if you didn't want to take it then, you could upload, like, you could send our teacher, like, an appropriate one for them to put up. And the pictures are in the hallway, so it's for everyone to see. So it's awkward. So this girl that I'm friends with, let's call her Carly. She doesn't want to take the photo, or she doesn't like her photo, so she says she's gonna go send my teacher one after school.
So she sends the photo and my teacher like prints it out and puts it out on the board outside her classroom. I guess my principal was walking by when she saw it and she pulled Carly out. So she pulls Carly out and they have a talk. My principal is like outraged because Carly was wearing lip gloss in the photo. She gives her this whole long talk about like who are you trying to impress, like why are you trying to impress the boys by putting on all that. She was literally wearing lip gloss. So she makes her take it down and she has to retake the whole photo. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about one crazy teacher. He obviously got fired, but his name was Mr. George. Okay, so Mr. George, he's huge. He has his beard and he always wears a braid. My school is a Catholic school, so they're very like homophobic and stuff, but he always wore like pink Hello Kitty masks and people would always give him like weird looks. So it was summer school and he was our summer school teacher for that year. He would always kind of like give the girls special treatment. I don't know if it was because like me and the other girl who were there were like quiet and we didn't do anything, but so he would randomly call on people who obviously didn't know the answer. And I know all teachers do this, but then he would yell at them when they didn't know it. He spat in this guy's face. He was like getting all up on him. He was spitting on him and he knocked his desk over. And apparently him and Miss Gracie were, if you watched my last story time, you know who that is. But then people are saying Miss Gracie is lesbian. So this kid in 2nd grade, Philip, he was definitely something. He definitely had like learning issues and stuff, and when we come back from recess, he would have rocks and he would be munching on them behind me. But that's besides the point. One time he was having a tantrum during like quiet reading time, and the old school counselor, this old guy, he looks like Santa, he pulled him out of the classroom. He didn't like, he physically pulled him. Like Philip was like lying on the floor, he was dragging him by his legs. Philip was grabbing onto the legs of the desk trying not to get pulled. He was pulling him. And then he dragged him down the stairs. I don't know if that was even like legal, like can you even do that? But anyway, let me know if other schools do this, but we stopped, like we weren't allowed to have recess after 5th grade. Like that was the last year we could have it. It's early, so I can't think of any more stories, but there's definitely more. So now I need to talk about something that I totally forgot to talk about. I'm so sorry. I just want to say thank you so freaking much for all the attention, likes, and like positivity I got on my last story time. I was actually not expecting that at all. Like I went to bed and it was at like 18K, the video, and I woke up and it was at 230K. Like what the hell? You don't understand how much this means to me because I've always dreamt of being an influencer because like ever since I was young, I always loved to watch people online like that. And I always wanted to be like them, so that's kind of been my like little dream since I was young. And like for the followers too, like I was at 20 yesterday and now I'm at like 1,000. Like that's crazy. I thought it was gonna take me months to get there, but like I reached this milestone like that because of y'all. I also want to thank you guys so much for all the sweet comments that I got on that video. It was so nice. And yes, I know I looked a little bit yellow, maybe not a little bit, a lot yellow in that video. That was actually just because of my vanity. I'll show you right now. So my vanity has 3 modes. This is the white one, and then this is the normal one, and then this is the warm one. It's yellow, so it makes me look yellow too. So I promise you my makeup is not that yellow. And if you see on all my other videos, like my skin tone is normal. Somebody asked me what race I am. I'm multiracial. I'm Puerto Rican, Mexican, and Nigerian. And on my story time, someone was like, I can't tell if this is satire or not. I don't know why it would be satire. That's like a genuine story that happened. And I know I might have sounded cocky or something talking about that, but like I just wanted to tell the story because like I felt like, you know, it was a fun thing to talk about. And I was saying it was traumatizing. I always say that as a joke. I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so traumatizing. Like, I'm sorry y'all did not understand. By the way, hot take, the e.l.f. Power Grip is so good for your eyebrows. I don't know, it works for me. For the story time, when I was like story time where like I got attention for being pretty, some girl, she was like, I think you mean ugly. Like obviously I was expecting hate comments because I mean it's the internet, what can you do? But some of them were just so silly. Like I don't know, I felt like it was obvious that I was yellow because of my lighting. I don't know what else to talk about, so I think that's it. But I love you Pookie so much, and have a great day.
Okay, y'all, get ready for your story time. I have an influencer on this app chat, and y'all love this influencer. Basically, let me tell y'all how this all started.
This creator basically followed me and sent me a DM. And this influencer, as I said, is pretty known and well liked, so I didn't really think anything of it. So in their DM, they were just telling me how they wanted to be friends and get to know each other, and I was just like, okay, because they seemed like a cool person. So we exchanged numbers and we started talking a little bit more, and this person then just started doing like really shady stuff, and they also were honestly just kind of rude. Obviously, I do not want to surround myself with a negative person, so I did kind of just distance myself a little bit more, and then they got really mad by that. So then they made this group chat with me, them, and their other friends, and they just started coming for me, trying to argue, and I was just kind of like, oh, that's definitely not cute, and it was also kind of corny. Honestly, I didn't really care because what are they gonna do through the screen? I guess they were just trying to scare me or something, but like, girl. Anyways, if you guys believe this, then let me know because I was joking. Almost every influencer I've met and talked to are actually like really sweet, but I had to give y'all like a fun little story time. So make sure you follow if you enjoyed, comment a pink heart, and have a blessed day. Mwah, bye.
I lost my virginity to a homeless man. Let's talk about it. I understand that this sounds absolutely insane, but I need you to just stick with me, okay? Just stick with me. So I'm 21 years old and I have this job working at this office, and not gonna lie, like, I was not treated the best there. I worked with some girls who are not very nice to me, and a lot of the times I would eat lunch by myself. So one day I go to sit on this bench that's right by where I work, and I sit down and I see this guy who's like playing his guitar, very attractive, and I keep coming back and I notice that he's there a lot. One day we're out there and it starts raining, and we both like go under this gazebo so that we don't get wet, and he's kind of chatting with me, and I find out that he has a dog, and that is where he tells me that he actually is homeless and he sleeps like under this bridge most nights. So I'm getting to know him a little bit, and I come back the next day and like the next day after that, and I just keep like trying to interact with him. And one day I buy him like something to eat and his dog, and we just chat for a while where he tells me like he chooses to live this way, all this stuff, blah blah blah. He has a very charismatic personality, and he's just like really fun to talk to, and he's like wanting me to be adventurous with him and like just skip work and hang out with him for the day. I'm like, I can't do that. And there's just a lot of differences between us. Then one day I come out for lunch and I see that he's kind of like hunched over. He's not being his normal self. He says he has a really bad migraine, and I'm like, oh, I can go like get you something. He's like, don't worry about it, it'll pass. And so I go back to work and I go home and I try not to think. But all night I am worried that he is going to like get seriously hurt or just not be feeling good. So I put some like pain pills that I had got when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I bring him something to eat and something to drink, and I dress really cute because I guess I'm trying to impress him, and I go down there. At first he's like, you can't come down here at night, like it can get kind of dangerous down here, you should go home, blah blah blah. I'm like, I just wanted to check on you. And he like thought it was very nice that I brought him something, but he did inform me that he is a recovering addict and he cannot take the pain pills that I brought him, but it was very nice of me to do that. Throughout this time that we've spent together, I realized that I just really like him a lot. He's not like anybody I've ever met, and while I'm there hanging out with him, he's like, you know, you should probably go. And I'm like, what if I don't want to? Then he starts kissing me, then things go a little further, and I did not inform him that I was a virgin. So I kind of freaked out after it was all over because I just like, I don't even really know this guy that well, don't know if he has something, we didn't use protection, so I'm like freaking out, and I just dip right after. And I don't come back to see him for like over a week because I'm just like panicking on the inside, just like about everything, like can't believe I did that, all this stuff. He like leaves me a little note kind of by the office where I work, basically saying like, you know, let's talk, he misses me, come back and see him, blah blah blah. And I want to, but I'm scared, and my best friend invites me to go out to this bar that night, and I'm like, you know what, instead of going to see him, I'm just gonna go to the bar. I get to the bar. It's supposed to be like this double date between me and my best friend and these two guys, and I noticed that the band playing, the drummer, is the guy. It's the guy. He comes up, swaggers up, interrupts my date, and basically is like, can you give me a ride home? And obviously we're not gonna like divulge all his information to them, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. After that, we talk a lot, we hang out a lot. I know him, but I feel like I don't know him, and there's like just kind of some weird things about him, things that just don't really add up. And then I missed a period.
I think everybody has a different definition of what the fuck they think a pick-me is. And I'm gonna give you a great story on what I consider to be a pick-me. So I used to work at this coffee shop, right? Guess which one? And when I first started and I got introduced to everybody, there was this girl that I got introduced to as basically like the fucking angel of the store. And she's that girl that everybody loves and adores. And I just knew from the moment that I met this girl that she just gave me a bad vibe. And the thing about me is when it comes to new people, I'm pretty quick on picking up on these things. And for some reason, people never ever see it until like a few months later. And then they're like, oh my God, Paris, you're right about this person. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I fucking know. You should listen to me. But you know what? Everybody had so much good things to say about this girl. So I was like, you know what? Let me not judge her too quickly. Let me give her a chance. So me and her start talking a little bit and we get to kind of know each other. And I'm like, okay, like, I guess she's not that bad after all. So as I'm becoming friends with this, you know, new work friend group, I start to develop a crush on this guy, and he just so happens to be this girl's bestie. So because at this point, me and her are cool, I'm telling her about how I have a crush on this guy, and she's like, oh my God, like, let me be your wingman, like, let me put you onto him, and I'm like, oh my God, like, yeah. I kid you guys not, from the moment that I told this bitch about my crush on this boy, now all of a sudden, every time she opens her fucking mouth, he is the only topic of discussion. We're gonna name him Nigel and we're gonna name her Wendy. So from now on, Wendy is always on some shit like, oh my God, like me and Nigel, like we're such good best friends. Like he's like a brother to me. We are always fighting. Like he just did this with me the other day and he just got me this and I'm gonna do this for him and I'm gonna get this for him. It's like, bitch, like you just sound like you got a crush on him at this point. So now I'm just kind of like side-eyeing the fuck out of her. So eventually down the road, we come to find out that one of our mutual friends that is also like pretty close with the whole like group, she has a crush on this same guy. And you know, like me and her, we're very aware that we're into the same guy, but we don't make it like a big fuss. It's just kind of like, oh, we like the same guy. Who gives a fuck? But everybody's understanding at this point was this girl really, really liked him, and she was also besties with Wendy and him. I'm sure y'all see where this is going. You know how Wendy was trying to be a wingman for me? Well, she was also being a wingman for this other girl, but come to find out, long motherfucking story short, Wendy and Nigel have been hooking up this whole fucking time. And the funniest thing about it is Wendy would always ensure everybody that nothing ever went on between her and Nigel. Bitch, you a fucking lie. And the craziest thing about this, Wendy and Nigel and like that whole friend group would hang out at this girl's apartment. Bitch, there was one night Wendy and Nigel were on her couch making out, getting ready to go fuck in one of her rooms, knowing that she was into him. That is crazy. Okay, this shit getting too long. Go to part 2.